All right. So, hey guys, welcome. This is like week what, 85 at home?
I think we're closer to 90 now. Yeah.
But one of the things that we thought would be kind of fun is to do like, I don't know what it's like. Maybe it's like a celebrity lifestyles of the rich and famous, except not for me. Or not house, what's the cribs? Cribs, that's what we were talking about.
Yogi
So
Cribs.
the yogi cribs. So we thought
Yeah.
maybe this, if especially if you're just jumping into the home practice, um what kind of things can you do? And obviously the one of the biggest things, and Nicole and I always joke about it, is that you're either an outdoor or an indoor person.
Right.
So we thought it was so
Guess
cool
who's
because
who?
yeah,
Right.
and we thought it'd be really cool because the two of us are so yin and yang with that we'd show you our practice spaces and what we do to kind of get ready for a class, and then what we do to make it as comfortable and as unique to our needs as we can. So I figure since I'm in such a beautiful day outside, I'll just sit out and watch Nicole give you a tour of her yoga space right now.
Oh, you want me to go first? You want me to like walk
Yeah.
through the door and show you like, oh, Elizabeth, hi. I didn't know you were
Huh.
coming today.
Yeah.
I can't flip the camera around on this thing, so we're just gonna go, I guess, that way. So
Pretend you're
this
giving
is,
one of your house tours.
oh, funny. So this is my office slash studio on this side. So it used to be all studio and then I needed the office. So we kind of, the divider, or like when you step on the rug, you have entered into the office. So they're very split that way. So for me is I wanted mirrors because that was an important thing. So we did have mirrors put in, and then I don't have them on, but I do have mood lighting so especially if I'm going to turn it on. If I'm practicing in the morning, early morning, I just have these lights on around, can you see it? Around the mirror.
Are they little
And
twinkle lights, Nicole?
they're little globe light things.
Oh, cute. Oh, those
Okay,
are cute.
that. And then I have my little prayer thing I like to say. And then I light these candles. Sometimes this one because it smells really strong, but I don't always. So it just depends on how I'm feeling in the morning. So I tend to practice right in the middle on my mat. So this is my mat. I have blocks and a strap. I do like the cork straps. I mean, the cork blocks that we use at the studio. So obviously I tried them at the studio first. The Manduka ones. I like them because they're thick, they're solid, and I just couldn't do the spongy ones. Doesn't work for me. I have a strap too if I'm working on something specific that I need it with. I use the mirror as a wall if I'm doing a lot of handstand play, stuff like that. So I tend to use that a lot. So my mat is closer to the front. And then I have this is my like wall of if I'm practicing, I always tend to like land on some pictures and it makes me smile. There's a lot of you on there, Elizabeth. So these are like my favorite, I know, like favorite moments that we've done, my family, my dogs, things that make me smile. Everything that I've done that was like a happy moment, I usually print out a picture and I'll just put it here. It's like a big wall of happy. And then I have my meditation table right underneath that. And then I sit on the bolster. Sometimes if I'm not laying down on my mat, I also have my reading chair that I will sit in there. Sometimes I cheat and meditate in the chair with my back supported because I'm just too tired. I also have a blanket that I don't use very often, actually. I don't find a lot of need for the blanket, but I do have it in case if I'm doing practice, like something more restorative and it calls for that. I just have all the props available and they all match my curtains because I had blue curtains, blue rug, all of it kind of went. I like to make it where it's it just feels pretty. I like to practice in it because it makes me happy. And so at night, I rarely practice in the evenings. Now I have been since we've been teaching, but most of the time it's really early in the morning for me. So everybody's sleeping. The dogs will come up here with me and it'll be myself. I don't really have music on because I do like to take some classes online. So it's new for me to teach, but I've always taken classes online. So it was kind of cool to be on the reverse of that. And so I'll do my practice. Usually I like to do an hour and then that will be it. And anytime I have to come up with a class or do anything practicing as far as for teaching, I will come up here and set up the same way so I can kind of get inspired for it. But that is my space. I spend way more time here, I think, than any other room in the house, probably here and then the bedroom, getting ready in the bedroom, bathroom thing. But that's where I practice.
Cool. So
And I
I'm
made this
complete.
thing.
Oh yeah, let's see. What is it?
What is that? I just bought that.
What does it say?
Empower your being, because
Oh,
I
it wasn't
just
that
thought
close.
it
I
was
couldn't
funny.
see.
Oh, anyway, I just thought it, so sometimes it's, when you're doing twists or whatever, I land on that and I kind of remember the studio, and it makes me happy. And then any of the pictures up there, kind of wherever my eyes land. But that's my practice space.
That's so cool. I almost feel like I was practicing with you. I'm such a blunt right now. And way to make me look like a non-sentimental person.
What?
But mine, so my practice, hold on guys, I'll take you outside. So I am outside, but I'm gonna walk you in like I'm coming out. So, oh, there's my friend that likes to get into my practice. So there's Black Labbith, and he honestly is my biggest challenge with my outside practice.
Yeah.
You can see that he likes to put his footprints all over my mat. But one of the things that I found that was really easy for me to do is, especially if you're somebody that is an outside practicer, I have a tub. So I have a tub of all these things that make my practice a little better. And so I've got, because we're outside in Louisiana, I got big old off candles, but I got the pretty kind, So I set those out. So I'll go and put those out in the mornings, and I'll put them down until they kind of settle, they kind of work
ritual.
as like like a meditation, but they also are self-serving as well because I don't get the mosquitoes. But because we all live in Louisiana and we know that those off candles don't do everything they need to do, I also use the Thermacell. They've gotten a lot prettier. So then I'll always put a Thermacell out and get that started. So
I don't even know what that is. What is, like,
oh my God, they're like the,
thing?
And they don't stink. And it's great. So it doesn't smell like DEET or anything. It's just like they put it off and they really work really well. I like to have a lot of green space out here. So we always keep our backyard green. I am a green person. This is my view from the top. This is what I look at. So I love it because all those big oak trees. Yeah. And then I'll usually grab one of my meditation cushions. And so we have an indoor outdoor cushion. So I have this big square, and I usually start with a meditation just to kind of get myself focused, because y'all know me, I'm going a mile a minute all the time. And I usually, here I go getting all woo-woo on you guys. I usually use some sort of essential oil to kind of ground me, and I'll rub it on my wrists. And then I am a music person. So in my tub, there is a music little Bluetooth thingy. And so I'll put that out as well. And let's see, what else do I do? Oh yeah, it's slippers, because that's the beauty of being at your house. You can wear your slippers all the time. Yeah. And and because we're also in Louisiana and the weather's always weird, I always have a towel. So I keep a towel in my tub, and then if it gets dirty or sweaty, I just grab a new one the next time I come out. And then I always have my water. And my sentimental piece is I do use my outside.
Yeah.
I know. So
thanks, Franny. Yeah,
Franny was awesome with those. And then I'll have my mat, and honestly, what I love about it is that my view from the mat. So when I'm laying down and looking up, I just see nothing but those trees, and it's so awesome. And for me, it's like, it's the escape from the mile a minute, like I can sit there and look at every single one of those leaves, and that really gives me that necessary reset that I need. And I'm one of those people that outside is a multiplier for me. I use that word all the time, but it makes me instantly just feel better if I get outside every day. And then if I get to practice outside, I'm just so much smoother. But keeping myself kind of all together in one place, so I'm not constantly running around looking for everything, makes a big difference. So I keep that big old plastic tub. And my plastic tub, we have a deck box that I keep it in. But like, I know when I used to like go practice at the lake and stuff, I just would have a bag in my trunk of all the
same stuff.
The ritual part of it. So that's it. And then at night we have because I like to practice at night too, and that's obviously when the mosquito stuff comes in play big time. We got the big string lights. Let's see if you guys can see them. Hold on, where I would go this way. You can't see it. Hold on, let me switch this way. You see those lights right there? Those like light up all in the oak tree, and the oak tree has little twinkle lights. Yeah, you can barely see them. These things.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But they're around the whole back deck, and then the oak itself has some little twinkle lights in it. So when you're laying down at night, you can see the kind of like at Christmas at the Oaks, they twinkle. So got one of those Facebook ads, those are great for getting me.
They get me every
Um,
time. Yeah. Yeah.
every time. So yeah, so that's kind of our setting. And this one of course stays in. And then I have to always put him up because he will be right there on top of me. And so if
Mhm.
you look right here, this is on my right, you'll see the backside of my bay window. He sits
And he
there.
always sits there. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And he watches me from there. So I get a little glimpse of him as well when I'm there. So Mr. Pets of Bayou Yoga right here.
I know. We need to get
Um,
updated pictures of them on there.
yeah. So I guess kind of what we thought next is, so that's my space. Ask me any questions if you have about practicing outside. Gentle rain seems really awesome. In fact, the first class that I taught, now that we went on Zoom, it rained at the end. And like,
Mhm.
I literally started bawling because it was like just a drizzle. And I don't cry in Shavasana very much, but I bawled.
Sounds so
um,
inconvenient.
yeah, I know. But it felt good because it was like a humid day and it was sweaty. So it felt just kind of
Yeah.
nice. And I had that big oak tree, so it helps a lot. Kind of take it away. But it's my way of disconnecting from the chaos that's in my house.
Yeah.
And so we thought that's kind of like the big thing about setting up your own practice is like your practice space is, can you take out and make one little segment of your room, even if it's just temporary, like by having like your whole box of stuff that slides under your bed or something, and you can take it out and set it up really quickly. Or if you can keep it, if you have the space that won't get touched by little ones or knocked
Yeah.
over,
Like I'm
you know.
curious because yeah, like when you walk into the studio, you just have usually your mat and maybe some you bring in some blocks or straps of your own. But what have you been, I guess, at home discovering that you like to add or that adds value to your practice that kind of enhances it because it's there for you? And I think there's a comfort in all the things. Like for me, the darker it is with just a little bit of candlelight or whatever, I love practicing that way. And so I wonder, more lights, less lights. I like it dark. You like it also the twinkles. I mean, it's just different
Yeah.
with the lighting. So
Yeah.
I
The
wonder what you
lighting,
guys have been
the
adding.
music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are
Let
you
us know what
finding music that you like? And, and like, are there obstacles that you're running into that we can help? Like, like if, do you have space where you're constantly knocking something over? And if we say back
Mhm.
up to the back of the mat, you're like, bitches, I can't go any
Can't
further.
do
Like
it.
I'm right,
Yeah.
get in my space. So what do you do in those kind of situations? And, let us know because we've got some ideas. This is not our first rodeo. We've said, we've taken classes at home a ton.
Mhm.
So we've encountered it. Or my favorite is like,
Send
you're like, what
pictures
did they
too.
just say?
I know the here, right? Exactly.
Yeah, and you got to kind of crank up and look at them, and then you realize you're doing something totally different. I mean, that's what I do in class anyway. Sometimes Nicole will say something, I'm doing something completely obvious, opposite, but it's all about the interpretation, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, like show us pictures we want to see, it helps us
Yeah. Show
connect
us
with you
your space.
guys.
Let us know what you're doing. Yeah. I'm excited
Yeah.
that you guys, I mean, despite everything that's going on, it's obviously not ideal. I am excited that you get to, I guess you get forced into creating your own home space. And then maybe you've had, like Elizabeth said, you were able to find where you didn't know before. You had a room that you could, or maybe you love practicing on your patio or whatever it is, that now it becomes your yoga space. So share that with us because that's exciting that it's become part of your practice too. Just we keep adding layers and layers and layers into your yoga. It's amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So go
All
ahead and
right.
share.
So hope you like this. That was fun.
I know. Let's do bedrooms next. No kidding. This
No.
is my bathroom. Yeah.
The window is all you're gonna see of my house. My house is a
Yeah.
disaster zone. Always.
Yeah.
Way too small of a house for as many people in our house that we have.
That live there. Yeah.
Yeah, way too much. All right, guys. Well, we love you guys. So hope that helped. And we can't wait to see what you got.
See you later.